Ever wondered how our senses shape our perception of the world around us? Well, let's just say, our senses are like 5 different windows, each offering a unique view of the universe. They are our lifelines, our connection to everything that is out there. Our senses are not just mere biological functions. They are the architects of our reality, the painters of our world. They are the tools that help us navigate our environment and understand the wonderful mosaic of life. Imagine a world where you can't feel the warmth of a sunny day or hear the rustling leaves on a breezy afternoon. A world where you can't taste the sweetness of a ripe mango or smell the refreshing scent of a morning rain. A world where you can't see the vibrant colors of a sunset. It's hard to even comprehend, isn't it? That's the power of our senses. They shape our experiences, our memories, our emotions, our very existence. We have 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. Each one is a marvel in its own right. Each sense processes information differently, and yet they all work together to give us a complete picture of our surroundings. Sight allows us to perceive light and colors, forming images that guide us through our day. Hearing lets us detect and interpret sounds, enabling communication and alerting us to danger. Taste and smell work hand in hand, helping us enjoy our meals and avoid harmful substances. And touch, it allows us to feel the world around us, from the softness of a pet's fur to the hardness of a rock. But there is so much more to our senses than what meets the eye, or the ear, or the tongue, or the nose, or the skin. Each of our senses is a treasure trove of fascinating facts and intriguing mysteries. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in the coming segments. So are you ready for a sensory journey like no other? Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries of our senses, starting with the sense of sight. Did you know the human eye works just like a camera? Truly, the marvels of sight are fascinating. Just as a camera captures light to create images, so does the human eye. You see, the eye, an organ so complex yet so efficient, is a master of light manipulation. At the front of the eye, you find the cornea and the lens, acting as the camera's lens, bending and directing light toward the retina. This thin layer at the back of the eye is the equivalent of a camera's film or digital sensor. It's here where the magic happens, where light becomes vision. The retina is packed with photoreceptor cells known as rods and cones. These cells convert light into electrical signals which then travel via the optic nerve to the brain. And voila, we see. But the magic doesn't stop there. Did you know that our eyes can distinguish about 10 million different colors? Yes, you heard it right, 10 million. That's thanks to the cones which are responsible for color vision. They come in 3 types, one sensitive to short wavelengths, one to medium, and one to long. This trichromatic vision allows us to enjoy a kaleidoscope of colors, from the subtlest of pastels to the most vibrant of hues. And how about this for a fun fact? Our eyes are always moving. They make about 3 movements per second. These are called saccades, quick, simultaneous movements that allow our gaze to swiftly jump from one point to another. This is why, no matter where you look, you can focus on the details. Our eyes, those wonderful orbs in our faces, are not just windows to our souls, but also unparalleled tools of perception. They enable us to navigate the world, appreciate beauty, and connect with one another. Quite impressive, isn't it? Now, let's move on to our next sense, the sense of hearing. Can you hear that? That's the sound of life. Immersed in a symphony of sounds, our sense of hearing is one of our most dynamic forms of perception. It's our ears that capture the subtle notes of a songbird at dawn, the laughter of a loved one, even the distant hum of city life. But how does this extraordinary process work? Well, the human ear is a marvel of biological engineering. It captures sound waves from the surrounding environment, funnels them through the ear canal, and strikes the eardrum, a thin membrane that vibrates in response. These vibrations then journey to the inner ear, where they're converted into electrical signals. It's these signals that the brain interprets as sound. Now here's a fascinating fact. You may think that when you go to sleep, your ears take a break. But that's not the case. Our ears never stop hearing. Even when we're deep in slumber, our ears continue to pick up sound waves. But it's our brain that chooses to tune most of them out, allowing us to sleep peacefully. Did you know that humans can hear a wider range of frequencies than most animals? Our ears can pick up frequencies between 20 and 20,000 hertz. That's why we can enjoy the rich layers of a symphony, the intricate harmonies in a choral piece, or the complex rhythms in a jazz performance. And yet, our sense of hearing is not just about perceiving sound, it's also about locating it. Our ears work together with our brain to pinpoint the direction of a sound source, a skill that our ancestors relied on for survival in the wild. So with every tick of a clock, every rustle of leaves, every spoken word, our ears are working tirelessly to provide us with a rich auditory landscape. Such is the symphony of sound, a never-ending concert played out in the auditorium of life. Now, isn't that something to listen to? Next, we'll explore the sense of taste. Ever thought about how a simple bite can take you on a flavor journey? Welcome to the adventure of taste, an intriguing world that transforms ordinary munching into an extraordinary sensory experience. Our taste buds, the tiny sensory organs that detect different flavors, are real superheroes. They're nestled on our tongue, roof of our mouth, and even a bit on our throat. Now here's a fun fact. On average, we have around 10,000 of these taste buds. Yes, 10,000. Each one is waiting to be thrilled by the next flavor adventure that comes its way. These taste buds don't work alone. They're part of a sophisticated team, partnering up with nerve fibers that relay messages straight to our brain. And it's here, in the command center, where the magic truly happens. Our brain interprets these signals and voila, that's how we perceive the taste of our food. There's a common misconception that different parts of the tongue are responsible for different tastes. But the truth is, every single taste bud can detect all 5 basic tastes: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. Yes, umami, that savory taste you experience when eating foods high in glutamate like Parmesan cheese or soy sauce. Now, let's talk about the life cycle of our taste buds. You might be surprised to know that they have a fairly short lifespan of about 10 to 14 days. After that, they're replaced by new ones. That's why when you burn your tongue on hot pizza, it heals pretty quickly. But taste isn't just about the food, it's about the experience. The way flavors dance on our tongue, the way they mingle and create new sensations. That's what makes our meals memorable. So the next time you sit down to enjoy a meal, remember the intricate ballet happening in your mouth. Savor every bite, relish every flavor. Now that's a tasty fact. Let's move on to the sense of smell. Did you know our noses can remember 50,000 different scents? Quite a feat, isn't it? This is the intrigue of smell, our often underappreciated sense. Our noses are constantly at work detecting a myriad of odors that envelop us. But how does this happen? Well, inside our noses are olfactory receptors. These little detectives capture odor molecules from the air we breathe and send signals to our brains identifying the scent. From the sweet aroma of fresh-baked bread to the refreshing scent of rain, it's these receptors that allow us to experience the world in a unique and aromatic way. But here's a fascinating fact. Our sense of smell is closely linked to our memory. Ever wondered why a certain perfume could instantly transport you back to a fond memory? It's our brain associating smells with past experiences. Quite a noseful, isn't it? Now, let's touch upon our last sense. Did you ever ponder about how touch connects us to the world? It's rather fascinating when you think about it. Our skin, the largest organ in our body, is a vast network of nerve endings that detect different sensations. It's our direct line to the physical world, our personal interface with reality. Consider the human hand. It's one of the most sensitive parts of our body, with about 17,000 touch receptors and free nerve endings in each square inch. These receptors allow us to feel a range of sensations, from the gentlest breeze to the rough texture of a stone, the warmth of a cup of tea to the chill of an ice cube. Isn't it intriguing how each of these sensations can evoke different emotions and memories? In essence, our sense of touch is a constant reminder of our tangible existence. It's our silent ally, always there, always reliable. That's quite a handful of information, isn't it? So how do our senses shape our perception of the world? Let's take a moment to revisit the key points we've discussed. Our senses are integral to our understanding and interaction with the world around us. They are the bridges that connect our minds to our environment. The marvels of sight, for instance, allow us to appreciate the world in all its vibrant colors and intricate details. It's the sight that enables us to read, recognize faces, and appreciate art. Sight is our primary source of information, and it's hard to imagine life without it. The symphony of sound, on the other hand, brings life and rhythm to our world. It allows us to communicate, appreciate music, and alert us to danger. Sound is not just about hearing, it's about feeling the vibrations that bring life to our surroundings. The adventure of taste takes us on a culinary journey around the world, right from our dining table. It helps us distinguish between different flavors and enjoy the diversity in food. It's the sense of taste that makes meal times one of the most anticipated parts of our day. The intrigue of smell works hand in hand with taste. Smell allows us to enjoy the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, the scent of a blooming flower, or the comforting smell of home. It's a powerful sense that can evoke strong memories and emotions. Lastly, the touch of reality grounds us in our physical world. It lets us feel the warmth of a hug, the cool breeze on our skin, the texture of our clothes. Touch is our connection to the physical world. It's what makes experiences tangible. Our five senses are not just functional, they are the channels through which we experience life. They allow us to appreciate the beauty and complexity of our world. They help us navigate and understand our environment and enrich our lives in countless ways. Remember, our senses are not just about survival, they are also about experiencing the beauty of life. So keep exploring, keep sensing.